All right, and here we are for the monthly beginning of the season, kind of opening of the 10 pack. As you can see, we're still in Plat 5. Season has not yet reset. As usual, I'll open these before, so I have time to think about what deck changes I will make. So we're going into the must packs. As you can see, we didn't get a UR last time, so we get one guarantee this time, which is good. And yeah, okay. I mean, you know, it's not bad. I've seen worse, like last time. What do we have? Let's not have a net on, Sword Reborn, Ancient Warrior spell. We have a lot of these. Oh, another Gishki. And a Marinces card. But that's the second one of those. I don't know what it does. And most cards I will not read nor what, you know, take it to Lantern Shark. Okay, that's a fish. To deep look at because, you know, it'll take. Oh, another for higher whiz. Actually, that's pretty interesting. If we do more for higher stuff, though, we haven't had these in the deck for a long time. Dogmatica Punishment. Huh. That's actually really good. Knight of Armored Dragon, Tunis Barrier, you control. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Guilty the D-Knight is technically interesting, but probably not at the point where we are at. Punishment is pretty good, though. That's a good trap. Ooh, we get an upgrade. Straight to UR. I haven't seen this before. I mean, I probably have, didn't take notice, but it's already rare enough for an SR pack. Nothing really interesting, though. Another Olinoides. Okay, what is Alpha Summon? Target one of your banished monsters, one of your opponent banished monsters. Special summon your opponent's monster to your field, and if you dispel. And the UR is. Okay. Just ignore that. Never happened. Pack number 5. Can we get anything decent? So far, nothing that stands out. A Power Code Talker. Okay. We have more Cyberse stuff. Okay, an Imperial Tomb of Necrovalley. Where both Gravekeeper ones are. Okay. Oh, no. That's never happening. Ever. Double Iris Magician for Pendulum stuff. Well, pack number 6. Holding Arms. Holding Arms is technically also not bad, but I don't know if it's worth putting in the deck at this point. More Morphtronic cards and Chamber Dragon Maid. We don't have enough Dragon Maid stuff to make this in any way useful. And we do not have any of the extra deck cards. So, no point. Final Cross is the third Senatus, I think. Nebula Dragon. And we want this card and one other level 8 Dragon monster in your hands. But summon both in defense position. Negate the effects. Yada yada yada. You know, normal special except light dragon monsters or dark dragon monsters. Banish this card. If we would ever do a light dark dragon thing, then I guess. But no. Deck number 8. Okay, at least 2 SRs in this. Oh, 3. Perfumer, which is the second Perfumer actually. Earthbound Release. Interesting. Oh, wow, really? Huh, Harpist and Perfumer in one pack. We cannot make this, but I mean, that's a card we pulled. If we have a way to make this, we might just bail out negates from our enemy. I'm playing too much other games. From our opponent. That would actually make them negate this, and then it's like, yep. When a link monster is linked, summon, destroy all monsters on the field that are not linked. That is. I mean, there's a lot of link monsters, obviously, in the game, but no. Okay, now possible UR and one guaranteed UR left. Oh, okay. Time space trap hole. Disperse the monster from hand or extra deck, shuffle that monster into the deck. Then use 1000 life points for each trap monster. That's actually pretty good trap hole. We lose life points, but it shuffles it back, which is better than destroying it. Beta. I wish we could get driver. We have one that is driver in hand. No, wait. No, yes, it is driver in hand. But we do not want to draw driver to activate the other side frames, so you will need an actual one victory. The one thing this doesn't secure you is a victory. And oh, and we actually... Yo! We do not have an evil twin, though. We have 2 Kiss-a-Kill and 1 Lila, I think. We do not, unfortunately, have an evil twin. I am pretty sure. But if we get one, that might be a small engine we could put in the deck. Certainly interesting. I would love to play this. But again, we don't have an evil twin as far as I know. Last pack of those 10. This has a guaranteed UR in here. And at least 1 SR. Another fire formation, 2 SRs. Threshold Borg. What is this? If you control the monsters, you can transfer this card by discarding 1 Cyber's monster. Oh. I mean, considering that I do have a look at our cyber stuff with our link monsters, because we have Terahertz, Tempest, Firewall, Dark Fluid, the big dragon guy. And some Cyber's monsters have effects when they are in the graveyard. This might actually not be too terrible. A second Scout Buggy. I don't remember if the one we have is from a pack we can't use the cards from. But if we don't, I miss Pilus. Target 1 Wing Piece Dragonomaster. Oh, but this is a level 5. I was about to say, this is, in fact, it's actually really good, but this is a level 5, unfortunately. Which also means that even if we had cows, we couldn't make the 10. So we would need one of the 8s or something to make this actually good. Another one. 100 rig. Okay, well, I mean... Foolish Barrier Goods. Can we do anything with this is the question. Foolish Barrier would have been better. Foolish Barrier Goods is very specific, because I don't know if we have a spell or trap that we want in the graveyard but not in hand. We might, I would have to check. And our UR is number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Okay. Huh. I would love to use this, but I don't think there's any way this is useful. We have some Photon cards. I think we might even have a level 8 Photon card. But we would have to use those to make this, otherwise this basically has no effect. I mean, if we can make this has a monster negate, it just doesn't destroy, which is kind of weird. And then, you know, I could just make Cicada King, which is way easier to make. If this has a Photon card as material, though, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. However, it also only has 2500 attack. So I don't think this is in any way useful in any deck outside of almost pure Galaxy Eyes, unfortunately. So the URs, I mean, I can just go in here. So the URs we pulled, let's be honest, not that great. I mean, Trouble Sunny is great, we just can't use it. Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord is not that great, and we might be able to use it. And Original Bamboo Sword, I mean, like, what am I supposed to do with this? And the rest, I mean, we got a perfumer, we got a harpist. You know, Threshold Borg might be interesting. The first time the monster would be destroyed by Battle card effect, it is not destroyed. I mean, this is not necessarily terrible for Dragon. And obviously, Foolish Berry Goods is pretty good if we have something that can utilize Foolish Berry Goods. Like, the thing I'm thinking about, for example, is we have stuff, and I'm not going to do that, but like, just, you know, thinking about it. We have like stuff that can recycle ritual spells from our graveyard, and ways to search for our Chaos Max from our deck. So in theory, if we have those 2 cards as well, we could technically have an easier way to get to like Chaos Max. It's not still the only ritual we can use to make that, though, is Advent, which is just way too hard to make a reasonable package out of that. So yeah, that's not happening. For the Harpy Lady stuff, I don't really know. Probably not. They're Harpy specific for the most part. I mean, this one has like, you can talk about other wing piece monster you control one face up, cut your opponent's control and return to the hand. Like, this is nice if we ever put some winged beast back in the deck for like some Morg or something, but our extra deck is pretty tight. And we would have to add Dark Sim, or we don't have to, but you know, Dark Sim Morg would make sense to put in there, and that's, you know, pretty dead draw if we don't get to some Morg itself. So yeah, this 10 packs were not the worst. I don't know if we can effectively use any of this. I would have to look at, like, especially like the 3s. Like, I mean, this is a bad example because it's a Dream Mirror card, but like Scout Buggy. I mean, Scout Buggy could make Cicada King. Just like that. We have 2. And I'm not... I think we pulled 1 at some point, but we couldn't use it because we only had 1. I'm not entirely sure. And of course, I think the best card we pulled that we can use right now is Dogmatic Punishment. And then some other stuff that might be okay-ish, like Holding Arms, Lantern Shark, maybe for the water stuff that I'm trying to do. You know, it's again, like, trap cards are decent. The rest, meh. But we'll see. I'll check out the deck, and then I'll see all of you in about a week and see if I can use something from this. I mean, it's not a week because obviously I'm going into the deck now, but from when the last episode came out, between I built the deck and the last episode and this happened, whatever. I'll see you in the deck, not next week. Because I record set a different day, it's a little weird in my brain. Whatever. I'll see you in the deck and see what I can do with this. Here it is. Okay. Before we go into the deck, there's something I forgot. We had 2 bot packs at the end of the season. So, since I'll open these at the end of the season, or when I get to 5 packs, we'll open these 2 packs now. So we can get the most amount of packs for the next season as possible. So let's open the first one. My expectations are not very high, but any useful 3 would be pretty good. Gem Knight. Oh! We don't have enough goblins to use this. Actually, what is the second effect? Okay, yeah, there's no way we use this. Memory loss. On an effect of an attack position monster, you have 1 cost activated, negate that effect, and if you do... I mean, this is a very This is a negate for a monster, which is something we definitely need. But in a trap card as memory loss, I don't know. I'm not too worried about them being in defense position, really. I'm not sure, though. We'd have to take another trap. But I kinda take every negate we can get our hands on. But there's one more pack to open. And here's the second pack. Possible maybe super rare. Guaranteed super rare. Red Eye Zombie Dragon. Bunch. Oh, a second. Okay. We are not playing Valkyrie cards. And Firewall Dragon Dark Fluid. It's Link Summoned. Best card on this card. Okay. You can move one card on this card, negative action also. Oh. Oh, this is actually good. Well, it is a Link 5. So the effect better be good. I don't know. Like, this would obviously be more if we build a Cyber stack, which we get more and more pieces. We do have the other Dark Fluid, Firewall, Tempest Dragon guy, which is also a Link 5, and this one. So that means we would have options. Can I make that work is the question. Or rather, how long until I could make this work? Because getting Link 5s out is not too easy. But yeah, the second pack, I mean, it's fine. Like, the Dark Fluid one is pretty good. That's the Tin Dangle card. I don't understand the Tin Dangle archetype. Like, I don't get what it's based on. Anyway, that is all the packs we open before we start dueling. Now, as usual, the first episode won't have that many duels or pack openings after the initial one, so I try to get like 2 or 3 packs, depending on how long it takes, maybe more. But that's like the minimum, depending on how long it takes. Beginning of the season, it's Gold 5. It might take a little while. Gold is either the hardest thing to do on Masochist account or the easiest, depending on when you do it. But with that being said, let's get into the deck, see what I changed, and then start dueling. Alright, and here's the deck that I'll start the season with. Now, I have changed quite a bit, and I did manage to get to 20 monsters, 10 spells, and 10 traps, which might change in the future because knowing me, I will draw all the spells and traps. I did that before, where we had 22 monsters, but we'll see. So the major changes are I removed the Zodiac stuff again. It didn't really do much because we cannot special summon the Zodiac cards, and them eating our normal summon wasn't very helpful. The times it did help, I probably could have done something else as well. But we do have now Scout Buggy in here. I was correct when I said that we have one from a pack that I'm not allowed to use. However, we have 3. And having Scout Buggy is pretty good because Scout Buggy can summon Scout Buggy, and then we can go into a rank 3, for example. And something else that you might see on the screen, but I'll go into when I go to the extra deck. A major change as well is I did remove Vishuddha. I did that because on a lot of boards, like unless I draw it early, it's dead. If I draw it when I go first, which I do want to do, it's not necessarily dead, but I feel it feels bad to use it if I don't have anything to do with it, and I want to draw more of my other, like my 3s and 4s, right? So I removed it because it doesn't help me to make one of my Xyz monsters. It would be useful for my Link monsters, of course, but I have a lot of other stuff that can do that. Also, I changed Umbrella to Corridor. Why? Because I wanted more force. The problem right now is I have a lot of 3s, which is great because we have Cicada King, a Goblin Biker, Dante, but we also have a lot of force I want to make. Umbrella is a 3, but with 2 Scout Buggies in the deck, it kind of felt ideal to have Corridor instead of Umbrella, since we can use the same basic effect to summon it. This just made more sense. Also, if we use Flag to get Eschatos and then banish Flag and have Corridor somehow, we can actually recycle Flag, get another Eschatos. Though I don't think that'll come up all that much, but it might. For the spells and traps, I didn't change much. I did add our one-time passcode. It is a level 4. I can use it to link summon. So it's basically an extra summon on our turn, which is good. I want as many of those as I can get. The rest is pretty much the same. And for the traps, now, the traps are also at 10. We had 9 before. I did add memory loss. In fact, we have 2 of those, I guess. I did remove Torrential Tribute. I never really used Torrential Tribute in any meaningful way, especially now that, you know, most of the decks we face have a lot of graveyard effects or want cards in the graveyard. So it always, especially if I used it when I had cards on the field, it never felt that great. And I want to try out memory loss. Now, if it turns out in the end that Torrential would have been useful in more situations, I might change that again. But for now, memory loss it is. Then another new card is Trap Hole of Nightmare. It's another monster negate. If a monster special summoned and activates its effect, I can negate it, destroy it. You know, as much interruption as possible. Another trap hole is Time-Space Trap Hole. When our opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck or the hand, we shuffle it into the deck, which is insane. And then we lose 1,000 life points. But, you know, it's a resource. I'd rather lose 1,000 life points or 5,000 if they, for some reason, special summon 5 Pendulum monsters, than have all that stuff on the field. And it doesn't put it into the graveyard, which is also great. It puts it into the deck, which is very, very good. Then, of course, the rest is the same as before. Now, for the extra deck, not much has changed. However, since I removed the Shudder, and I now own, and of course the Zodiac cards are gone, I removed Tiger Mortar and I removed Monk. Because we only have, the only one we have is Shatana, and Shatana I'd rather use for a rank 4. I never see a world where I would want to use Shatana to make Monk, unlike Vishuddha, where I want to use Monk to use Vishuddha's effect in the graveyard, of course. But with Shatana, it's more like, it's another 4. I can special summon if I don't control a monster. To that end, I removed Monk. And I removed Tiger Mortar. I added Wind, the Wind Charmer, because we can search Wind monsters, which is, you know, Scout Buggy, for example, if it gets destroyed. And if for some reason our opponents has Wind monsters, we can summon them. Now this needs a Wind monster to summon. I do want to have it in the deck though, just in case. Like if we need to get rid of, well, we can't use it to get rid of the Scout Buggies, but this can, you know, be useful to some extent. We do have one of the insect link 2s that I might add if I end up, like if I have 2 Scout Buggies on the field too much and can get rid of them. Which hopefully doesn't happen. But just in case, I can do that. Then, of course, early is still here. Triple Burst Dragon. Very good. And a new addition is Traptrix Oedipus. We had this card for a while. I didn't use it. We didn't have any insects or plants, really. But now, we do have insects, which is good because we can make this also, we can make this with any 3 cards because of Reproducus, similar to how we made Simorgh. We can just summon something in the column below, change it to a plant or an insect, and then use this now. I chose this because we do have a lot of normal traps. Again, we have 10 traps, 6 of which are normal, and we tend to draw them. And we can negate something on the field up to the number of insect or plant monsters you control, which is at least 1, because Oedipus is an insect. And then if we have a trap in our graveyard, we can banish and destroy those that card. So I do want to try this out. I don't know if it'll be that useful, but, you know, I want to put some new cards in the deck. And we didn't really get that many great cards recently, where I would say, okay, we can build something around, like a tiny engine around this. So I did the Scout Buggy thing, and then Oedipus, which we can also summon with Reproducus. Yeah, that's the deck. So let's get into some duels, I guess, and see if I can get some more packs for the first episode. One thing that I want to add that is important is that I probably will only have 4 episodes this season, like every Sunday, and maybe one in the middle of the week if I feel like playing more Master Duel and or have the time to do so as well. So we might not even get out of gold, depending on how long the episodes are, but I need to slow down a little with this and focus on some other stuff as well. But I will at least 1 episode a week, which is probably also kind of the standard thing to do. But, you know, just letting you know. But with that being said, let's get into the first duel. Alright. This actually... the first duel might be a bot. That is hilarious. If it is, you'll probably see that around now. Oh. Maybe not. Never mind. Let's go with a token. Do they have an imperm in hand? I guess. This might also be a structure deck. They don't have that many cards in the extra deck. But it's 42. Let's keep our goblin. Let's see what happens. Okay, spellbook. Ah. That's not gonna be very fun if they actually activate. Yeah. It's enormous spell cards. Okay, I'll let this happen. So this is spellbooks. Wait. 6 extra cards though? That's weird. I did not expect that, I will say. That. Did not expect that. That's interesting though. The first duel being against Spellbook, which we haven't faced at all. Okay, well. That's annoying. Yeah. So this puts me in a bit of a predicament. Of course they had Dark Hole. But, oh well. You can use that. You can use that. Effect Veiler. That's great. Ooh. Let me go! I literally... What? I don't have any cards. What are you doing? So they'll activate the field spell. They cannot search for their spellbooks with Spellbook of Power or whatever. Is this actually... Oh yeah. Huh. Spellbook of Secrets. Cool. Oh, come on, man. That's fine. Is it... I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna lose to this, aren't I? Because I do not really draw monsters. Like I said, this might be a little bit problematic with the drawing. I already drew like garbage before, so... If I lose to this, that'd be sad. I mean, no one would see that, but that would be sad. Wouldn't be the first time. Losing to something like 1700 in attack position because I cannot draw for the life of me. Okay, that's not great. Them having Dark Hole and Lightning Storm is typical. Like, what? Oh yeah, we're super dead if I don't draw anything crazy right now. By crazy, I mean Plat or Eschatos. Because otherwise we're dead next turn. That's not what I wanted. I mean, there's no... Ah, of course. It's wind and water and earth. Of course it's not wind. I mean, technically... So, technically, this should be kinda okay-ish. I can get rid of one of them, I guess. And then they activate one spot. They can beat over this, but they can search a card. So we at least bought some time. Unless they have another Dark Hole or Raigeki. Or Lightning Storm. I can't. Oh. Not dead yet. Unbelievable. Wow. Wouldn't it be nice if I won any coin toss today? Okay. Well, that's the best start we had so far. When we went second, so. What is this? I hate... What is happening in this game? Like, maybe I should just take a break for the whole month. Like, what the fuck? Fried my ass, dude. Fucking hell. Yeah. Come on. A bit tough. Spell. Oh. Get rid of that. Set that. I'm gonna regret this. Oh well, that's fine. Could be much worse. We know they draw Chain Energy now, which is fine. We can get rid of Chain Energy. So, the good thing is, having Tough gives us knowledge about what they draw. So I don't really want to get rid of Tough. Even if I cannot... Come on. Oh, that's annoying. What do I do? That is really, really bad. Okay. 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 Yes, I know. Insect. I don't have a normal trap that I can use, unfortunately. So, we know there's a lava golem. But that's fine. We do not have any more knowledge, though. We can get rid of Marshmallow. Yeah. No. Actually, that's probably pretty decent. Okay, let's activate this effect to negate you. Because, like, we don't want to have two monsters on the field anyway. So it's not like it matters at all. Let's get rid of you, you, and you. And we can activate this to call Fairy. Yeah. Now we don't have any more knowledge. Like, we don't know what they draw. So, this is not great. Okay. That's what you get when you play a deck like this garbage. And probably use a bot to play it. Because obviously they just set cards and stuff. But well, we can only attack with one monster anyway, so no point in getting Corridor on the field. I said this before. Like, the chances of this being controlled by a bot is pretty high, because why would you ever play this yourself? Just be an asshole without actually being present is, you know, probably the best idea. But it obviously doesn't count as... Oh my god. You have to... It's fine. Ooh. So I don't mind taking 1,000 damage. Well, 1,500. Because... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's not good. Actually, it doesn't matter. Because you cannot destroy this card, my guy. Well, isn't that sad? But we can get rid of it again. Oh, I love Eschatos. Isn't Eschatos great? And now we have the Rhine Wrath. If they have another monster with a stupid effect like Morphing Jar or something. They tend to surrender if they can't win anymore. Interesting. So, this might be another Magic Cylinders. If it is, they cannot play any other card though. Duel, that's fine. That's basically... Actually, I can do this now. Ha! And now we saved some damage. End phase, they cannot play any more cards. So they might surrender now. They usually surrender if they are out of place and can't win anymore. Not all of them, some of them. Yeah. Knowing that there was a Lava Golem was just so important. Goodbye, Cancer deck. Oh man. That took way too long. You know, losing is one thing, right? If it's a fun deck, and if you're losing to a fun deck or something unexpected, if it's not just because you got unlucky and got Darkhold, Regeki, and Lightning Storm in the span of 3 turns, fine. But losing against these guys is just so infuriating to me. So I'm glad we have won quite a few of those in the recent duels. So yeah, let's get into the first pack of this episode that we got through a win. And not because it's the start of a new season. See you in the master pack. Okay, here it is. And it might have a UR in it, which might be good or unplayable. Oh my god! Oh, cool. I do like that deck. Oh, another Dragonmaid card. Okay, let's go. Necros. We're not playing that. Microcoda. Oh! Oh-ho! Oh, really good. Oh, that's really good. Oh, yeah. The Cybers cards, man. And the UR is... What? What is this? I have never in my life seen this card. So, the Pendulum effect is literally the opposite of what I would want. Like, the one thing you want to get rid of, or banish, is usually monsters. But, I don't know. It is a Pendulum 0, which is kind of hilarious. I guess this is supposed to be like a drawback. But what is the actual effect? You can reveal this card in your hand, okay. Add one from your hand. Puts on this extra deck, and if you do special summon this card, you can only use it. If another monster summons, draw this card, send that monster to the graveyard during the end of this turn. That is an interesting card. Will it be used? Probably not. I also just realized this is this supposed to be a skull? Like, these are the eyes, like, this is where the nose would be? I don't know. It's a weird card. But the winner of this one is Microcoda, which has weirdly large looking head. Yeah, if we make a cold target, we can use this from the hand as material, which is insane. And if it's sent from the hand of you to give us a material for link summon, I can add the Cyanide Speller Trap. And we do have Cyanide Mining. So yeah, this is pretty nice. We get more of these cards than I thought. The Voiceless Voice one is kind of cool if we had any more Voiceless Voice cards. And like, the whole deck, really. But if we had the whole deck, this wouldn't be a thing. So, yeah. Let's get into the next tool. I'll try to get one more pack, but I do value my mental health at the moment. So, this is... Well, I mean, Microcoda kind of boosted my mood a little bit after the frustrating hour I just went through, but who knows how long the next one will take. It took one of those deranged burn decks to win, so we'll see how it goes. See you in the next duel. No, that's a hand I can't do anything with. That's great. I mean, at least we go first and have interruptions, I guess. But how do I... I can make win, but then... Okay. Let's make a 2k defender on the field, and then stop. And then if I have to throw away Captain for Divine Wrath, so be it. Melody. Okay. Okay. Coda. Galaxy Eyes. Good, 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 good. Well, not good. But, you know, doable. Huh? Okay. Oh. Oh. Would you look at that? Oh. Yeah, right gig. Yeah. Yoink. Activate Marauding Captain. What? That is so rude. Like, that's my card. You can't do this. You negate and just steal my card. What is this? Utopic Greater Future? Which I wouldn't mind getting. Love that card. But like, come on, man. I don't want to discard Beat Trooper. Scout Buggy. Calling Scout Buggy Beat Trooper is kind of redundant. Not redundant, but it's kind of pointless because Beat Trooper is the archetype. Could be any, but Scout Buggy, Scout Buggy. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to discard Scout Buggy, so we're not doing that. We are summoning this guy. Yeah. Scout Buggy. Yeah. Summon another Scout Buggy. Yeah. And then make this card. Cicada King. Wait, what? Why can I? Oh. Security token beatdown. Oh. Oh. I hate today. The one time I don't summon Cicada King in defense position. Make this up, dude. Reveal Exoraptor. Get rid of Tough. No. Add Lapis to my hand. Special summon Exoraptor to my field. Normal summon Lapis to my field. If this is another one, I will cry. Let's grab this guy, because I can discard him. For the Vine Rat. Thin out the deck. So you want me to attack? What? Dragon it is. So we have a way to detach on our opponent's turn. We have a monster negate. We have Eschatos locking them out of their photon dragons. In case they eventually do something. I know, this is not the most exciting duel. But I sure needed that. We are not using Clatter Exploder. Because that was enough. Also, you know, just in case, I wanted to make sure that I can discard it on their turn, they activate a monster effect, so they don't do anything weird. Anyway, thank God this is over. I'll open the pack and the legacy packs, but that's it for today. I need to stop before I start breaking stuff. Yeah. I mean, I know that early gold in the early seasons can be really frustrating, but the way I lost some of these duels, it's just infuriating. You know, when you feel like everything is against you, it's just, you know, like when the only time I ever summon Cicada King and attack, they have the Drowning Mirror Force, like stuff like this constantly happening every duel. Awful. But yeah, enough rambling. Let's go into the Legacy and the Master Pack, and then for some closing words. Well, we got a grand total of 2 Legacy Packs. We didn't get any from the last duel. Remember, this is obviously, as usual, a short episode, because it's the first one and we have the opening in the beginning and stuff, and more deck changes, but still. I think I ended the last season on 60. Spider Slayer. Okay. If I'll ever do an insect deck, I guess. Yeah. Nothing here. Another Blackwing. Let's open the Master Pack. Alright. Master Pack time. We are getting quite low on gems. Oh wow. Didn't expect that today. Did not expect that today. Maybe this one... Oh, wow. I mean, we only got 2 packs from Duels this episode, but both of them were pretty packed. I mean, in theory, obviously, if we can use the cards, then that's not really useful. Interesting. Mutant Clash, boot up order. Gear charge. Reborn Tengu. Now we just need more Reborn Tengus, I guess. And our UR is... a card we have no use for, really. I mean, same attribute, different types. I guess that technically that could work, though we do also have a lot of different types. I mean, different attributes. You can talk one kind of add it to your hand. That's actually not bad. You can use fire effects. Okay. Right now, the chances of us summoning this are quite low. I cannot cheat it out with Ripodocus because this needs 3 monsters. And, you know, the only way Ripodocus works with Link 3s is because you usually only need 2. If I find any way to make this work reliably, I might put this in. Because this is a generic effect on a Light Swan card. Recycling cards from your adding cards from your graveyard to your deck, or, you know, sending cards from your deck to your graveyard is pretty good. This could work in the water deck because, you know, we have Aqua, Sea Serpent, and Fish. Having all 3 of those on the field, however, is a little different. Because the fish usually only summon the fish. But it is summonable, kinda. Especially if we go into, you know, keep the Eschatos stuff around and then just focus on trying to get the same attribute. But I don't know. The rest, irrelevant. Doesn't do anything. I mean, Onigami combo is funny because we can detach from our Xyz monsters to trigger, like, our Goblin Biker. But is this detach? Yeah, detach, okay. Because detach and remove are different things. Venom counters. Reborn Tengu is useless if we only have 1. We are not going to use that. Mutants, we don't have them. Cliff's End, no. And Exorcister Armament. We have 2 Exorcister cards. Well, 4 with this now, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, Curious has potential to be useful as like a generic, you know, get stuff into the graveyard or something, but we are probably not going to be able to summon this, unfortunately. So yeah, this is the first episode. Again, I might only do 4 this month, which might also mean we are not getting to Plat, depending on how much I play and how well the duels go. I've been recording for quite a bit now, and only 1-2 duels, but, you know, this shifts when events are around, later in the season it is, etc. And maybe that'll result in a 2-hour episode, I don't know. If we do not get to Plat, that means we derank further, which is actually fine-ish, because I'm running low on gems, and we can get more gems that way. Yeah, but that's it from me. There's not much else to say about today, I guess. So I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the next episodes will be a bit more interesting. I can't promise it, though. So I'll see you in the next one. I wish you a very nice evening, afternoon, morning, whenever and wherever you are. Goodbye.